welcome back to the channel. So, bugger me, I thought I heard this all. We all guys know about the whole agenda for 2030 and the agenda of Bill Gates and such, basically to get rid of the farmland and feed us the lab processed meat. We know it's been in the making for absolutely ages, and they're continuously obviously developing new things. Currently, as it stands, there's actually a company in Oxford that's done another one step forward, and they've created the Scotch egg using the minced meat grown in the lab. But anyway, we already heard this. It's kind of a little bit old news, but we do know, guys, obviously the agenda is to depopulate the planet and basically have just selection of people left that you can control. And how, of course, you control people is by hunger. So hence the whole general agenda. But again, it kind of is old news. Have you actually considered having a microbial protein? That sounds rather tasty, doesn't it? A protein made from microbial process. That's very, very interesting. So anyway, I literally had my jaw dropped. I've seen the article the other day, and I'm gonna grab my phone here and I will put the screenshot of this article on you as I look through it. So, excuse me, there's a company in Finland, okay, and they're called Solein, or it's actually pronounced Solein, but it's spelled slightly different. However, they are now producing a special bacteria that, unlike a regular bacteria, uses hydrogen rather than sugar as a source of energy, and carbon dioxide is a source of carbon. This bacteria multiply quickly in a small space, creating a food source. Yummy. Right, so company behind that. So the process, right, involves feeding the microbe in the same way you would feed a plant, but using hydrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nitrogen. So the bacteria is then submerged in water with the small bubbles of carbon dioxide captured as a waste product. Okay, so the microbes multiply quickly, as they do, but the process continues from the beginning of the process to the harvest can take up to 70 hours, which is not really that long, but small amounts of the liquid are siphoned off and dehydrated, leaving a neutral tasting bright yellow protein powder which looks a lot like turmeric. Wow, what a wonderful idea. Again, the statement here, guys. So microbial protein production can provide great environmental benefits by reducing land and water use for food production. It is all going the same way. This is why the reason, obviously, they don't want farmers there, because they want the land to build this kind of factories to grow your food. And of course, then, well, there'll be sole control, guys, because if you think whatever goes in their food, they can put anything in there. There's no need for injections. There's no need for anything for them trying to force upon you, because they can just grow this in the lab. They're going to put whatever they want in there to give it to you, and we'll be consuming this. This is absolutely ridiculous. But reading further on, right, it actually says that they are not planning to kind of do this in the areas of the greenery, but they want to put the factories somewhere like a Sahara Desert to grow the microbial protein. Sahara Desert, okay? I'm really sorry. It's got to be, when I've seen this, honestly, my jaw dropped and I just could not understand. We are even finding it difficult at the moment to even get used to the idea of eating crickets as a source of protein. Okay, second thing is, yes, the lab-grown meat, which everybody is absolutely disgusted about, and I'm really, really not surprised. But this is got to be another step. This is below the belt. Like, it's bacteria, it's growing, and they're gonna make a protein powder with it, and then make it into shape in non-chicken shape. Just think about it. It's absolutely disgusting. The only way, I assume, guys, they will be adding on to certain things, and I would totally imagine they would add on a bit of flour or something else, and literally, and they will be shaping this as a food for you to eat, or they'll be starting adding this on to your meals to, I don't know, bulk up the meat or something, if we're still able to eat meat. I don't know. But the whole thing, I just think it's absolutely disgusting. Many of you, of course, will all agree, guys. Yes, the whole agenda apparently is to save the planet. But you as a prepper, you know, we all know it is not the case, okay? The whole agenda that's pushed upon us is for the sole idea of control and depopulation. The picture, guys, is clear whatever is currently happening. And I do hope the majority of you who are, I assume if you're prepping guys, you probably do understand the whole agenda. If you're not, obviously have a look at the WHO agenda of the whole 2030 and the things that they're planning to do. And if you have a look guys, just this whole thing is that apart from them putting the factories of making this nonsense food in a place where the farms would have been, it is disgusting. And at the same time as well, if you remember, if you've seen in the Saudi Arabia, they've built or building the wall, which is basically a elite residence, okay, that goes across the desert, the self-sufficient residence. They'll have everything inside that's needed. And that just makes me, again, not say makes me wonder, because we know it's more than just in one country. Those buildings are literally all over the world, specifically just for the elite. And we're just going to be left outside, scrambling for a bit of the protein powder grown from bacteria just to be able to survive. So there we guys, there we have it. It's just a bit more of a, not say a whinge video, but we're just when I've seen this, and it's, again, we've had the comments before guys when we talked about the lab processed meat and obviously how disgusting you are, and nobody going to be touching that. I'd much rather be vegetarian. I said this time and time again, I love meat, yes I stockpile meat, but in the end of the day guys, if there's no meat available, or the only things available is lab grown meat, I won't touch it with the barge pole. Absolutely not. And at the same time, that protein microbial food, absolutely not. It's like, do they think we're like some sort of animals? We're human beings, right? We're meant to eat fruit, vegetables, healthy food, not the something you grow in a bleeding petri dish. It's just gross. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking guys. I want to know to hear if you read this article, if you've seen this, and just let me know what you think, because I think this is below the belt. So anyway, thank you for watching guys. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.